And welcome back into the Acadiana Eats Kitchen. A familiar face here, Peter Sclafani. Chef Peter Sclafani with Solu is here to cook one of your signature dishes for the restaurants,
This is actually one that, I'm a third-generation chef and restaurateur from New Orleans, so this is actually a dish my grandfather used to do at his restaurant. So it really has a lot of sentimental value to me. It's called the Sclafani salad. So it's great because it combines that like Louisiana-inspired thing that we love so much here with some Italian influences. So think like a Caesar salad mixed with kind of an Italian salad and shrimp remoulade at the same time. So we start with some lettuce. I like a little heartier lettuce like romaine or even iceberg sometimes. And then I have these great Creole tomatoes, and we're just gonna cut the tomatoes a little bit. I take the core out, I cut them into some wedges, and I'm gonna cut these wedges in half so they're easier to eat. You know, you want them a little bit more bite size. So we're gonna do that. Then I like to add some onions. So I don't know if you know this about onions, but there's like a proper way to cut them. There's a top where the green shoot would come out, and there's the root end, which my kids, when they were little, used to call it the hairy end. And we're gonna cut those across, and then we're gonna cut it down from like the North Pole to the South Pole. And we're just gonna peel this outer layer off. And now the onion's ready to cut. Now, if we were gonna dice it, we could make some cuts across this way, but I'm gonna just slice it. But instead of if I slice it this way, I get a bunch of really small little pieces, but if I slice it the opposite way, the pieces come out much more uniform. So we're just gonna cut some like that, and now we can add this. This is gonna add a nice crunch and give it that nice onion flavor, but not too much onion. Then we have a little red bell pepper, and again, I'm just going to cut down the sides. I see a lot of people who cut the tops off and the bottom, but if we just cut right down the side like this, it leaves all the seeds intact. So now I can just take this, and again, I'm gonna turn it so I have a little bit smaller slice of bell pepper. And again, any color bell pepper you want. I like the red bell pepper because I think it gives a nice contrast to the green lettuce in there. Then we have a few other things. So I have some celery. Now, I'm not a big celery eater, but I like celery in food. But in this salad in particular, you're gonna notice when you eat it, you get that little crunch and freshness from the celery. Then we have some Louisiana shrimp that we've just boiled and chopped. So then, to make it kind of more Italian, I like some olives. So these are Kalamata olives that are pitted and sliced. And then we have some green olives, same thing, pitted and sliced. That's gonna give us that nice brininess in there. Next, I have some boiled eggs, and we're gonna toss some dressing in. So this is like my family's kind of signature salad dressing. It's like a remoulade, but it's almost like a remoulade mixed with some Caesar dressing as well. We used to make it at the table in these big wooden bowls, and we'd start by crushing some garlic and anchovies, and then some egg, and then add a little Dijon mustard and Worcestershire.
So and that's how you make a Caesar.
That's how you make a Caesar. So we'd make it
anchovy.
Exactly. So we'd make it like that. So now we kind of toss it like this, and we put it in the bowl. So it's a really great like entree salad because it has all the stuff in it. It's got the shrimp, and again, you're going to see the shrimp mixed with this remoulade sauce makes it really nice. And then I like to just take a little bit of Romano cheese and put a little Romano on it, and I've got some fresh chopped Italian parsley. Again, it gives it a nice little freshness.
I can even smell the freshness from here.
Now, because you have the crunch of the onions and the peppers, do you avoid croutons or?
We typically don't put them here, but you know, we say yes to everything. So you want croutons, we'll put croutons on it.
But boy, that looks like a fresh salad.
A nice salad.
Is this something you can get at Solu?
This is something you can get at Solu. You can get it at all my restaurants. I have some other restaurants in Baton Rouge, and it's something we serve at all the restaurants, kind of as a tribute to my family.
All right, well, this looks good. You're also cooking really quickly. What's the next dish you're going to cook?
We're going to do shrimp and grits next.
That's a classic.
Stay tuned for that one. We'll have more Passe coming up.